Okay. So guys, first of all, I'm giving the introduction about myself. After my introduction, if you have any question related to your career, related to the training, or any doubt if you have, you can please raise your hand and then you can ask your question. So first of all, myself, Ankit Nerula, I have total 11 years of experience in the IT industry. In this 11 years of experience, in first 3 years, I worked in Oracle Labs as a techno-functional consultant, where I was writing SQL queries, PLSQL queries, modifying forms, generating reports, and doing some financial setups as per our client requirement in Oracle Labs. And then from last 8 years, I'm working on topmost two cloud platforms which we have it in market, Azure and AWS. In both the clouds, I'm working from last 8 years. And this is my professional experience. And from last 10 years, I'm doing training. So I have total 10 years of experience in the training industry also. So I'm giving right now training for Azure Admin, Azure DevOps, AWS Associate, and AWS DevOps. So right now I'm providing the training for these 4 courses also. So I'm providing the training from more than 10 years. So this is about me, and I'm sharing some details also in the chat box with you guys. First of all, I'm going to share the WhatsApp group link in the chat box. If anyone from you is not there in our Azure DevOps batch 212, you guys can please join the WhatsApp group using the link which is shared in the chat box. I'm sharing the course content link also in the chat box. If you haven't seen the course content, the link which is shared in the chat box, with the help of that, you can please join our WhatsApp group also. And the last thing I'm going to share is, I'm going to share my team contact details. You can have any doubt related to training or anything you want to ask, you can email them also, or you can call them or WhatsApp them also. And whenever you're doing practice, if you have any doubt, you have faced stuck any issue, you're not able to understand anything, and you are getting some error message, definitely you need some help from my side. For that one, you can email me anytime to my official email ID, ankitnerula@logiclabstech.com. And make sure whenever going to email me with full details, with screenshot or whatever the details you think is required by me, you can email. So whenever I'm going to see your email, definitely I'm going to reply. So this is about my side. Now, any question anyone have, please raise your hand. Yes, Virendra, you can unmute.
Yeah, hi Ankit. Good morning.
Good morning, Virendra. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. What about you?
I'm good too.
Yeah. So is there any prerequisite for this course?
To learn about Azure DevOps, you need some basic knowledge of Linux. If you don't have, you don't need to worry about that, because that is a part of our course content.
Okay.
Okay.
So the Linux is the only thing, right?
The only thing is Linux is a basic Linux is required. That's why in our upcoming session for 2 days, we are going to learn some basic of the Linux commands. We're
Okay.
not going in much more depth, just basics we are required.
Okay. So
Okay.
my experience is more on the network side, LAN, SD-WAN, routing, switching. So how
That will be
beneficial
good.
this
It will
this
be
will be?
switch your career to cloud platform.
Yeah.
So how much experience do you have, Rindra?
10 plus.
So definitely, yes, you can switch your career to cloud platform, like you can learn even admin also, you can go with DevOps, both you can learn it. Because
Okay.
whenever you are applying for jobs, they are looking for a person who's multitasking. You are in 10 years of experience, you are already aware of these things.
Mm-hmm.
That nowadays compare looking for a person who is multitasking. So whenever you're applying for jobs, they always find a person who has admin knowledge also, they have DevOps knowledge also.
Okay. Thanks,
Okay.
Ankit.
And the networking one which you have it will cover your experience also in cloud platform.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Any more questions?
No. Thanks.
Yes, Lanka Dasari, you can unmute.
Hello, sir. Good morning. Hello. Hello.
Yes, Lanka Dasari, I'm not able to hear you.
Yes, sir. Is it okay for me?
Yes, now I'm able to hear you.
Yes, sir. Actually, it will be live project will be giving for me to utilize in future.
Sorry, can you please repeat your question?
Like, if I can Azure and DevOps, I can learning for that. We will be providing for the live project submitting to me.
One of the basic project I'm going to cover related to the DevOps, the Docker one, sorry.
Uh, First main thing is DevOps and what is the DevOps? After that, Azure. Is it both of them will be separate will be explaining or else
Well,
total?
both are different courses. In Azure admin, we are learning about admin services. In DevOps, we are learning DevOps services, which we have it in Azure.
Okay.
So
Uh,
both are different, but yes, both are interlinked also.
yes.
In this, in the DevOps, let me complete my answer. In
Okay.
DevOps, we have a few surveys which are related to admin also. So to learn about this course, whatever the basics is required, that we are covering in our DevOps training also.
Okay. Is it the all of them covering for the in 5,900, right? Yeah.
For
Azure
DevOps, it
admin.
is covering it.
Only Azure DevOps will be covering for the
Admin course is different course.
different codes.
That
Okay.
fees is also 5,900 again.
Okay. I'm joining for the Azure and DevOps for the this course.
Hmm.
And I have more questions to ask for you.
Please let me know.
Uh, all the documents will be providing for the after that completing the course.
No, on daily basis, we are going to share some documentation. If you see my screen here, I'm
Yes.
going to use total 111 PPTs.
Okay.
So whatever the PPTs I'm going to use for that particular session, let's say example, on day 2, we have used 3 and 4 PPT. So
Okay.
I'm only going to share 3 and 4 PPT.
Okay.
Next day, if we use only one single PPT, day 5, PPT number 5, I'll share only one PPT on that. So whatever the PPTs I'm going to use, that particular PPT I'm going to share on that particular day. And
Okay.
we are not going to email you. We'll upload in our website.
Yeah. Is it Sunil sir has been told that for me to utilize the website and log into the login ID and password and utilize the documentation. So it's
Yes,
providing.
documents you can download it.
Okay.
You can have a lifetime access, but the notes, whichever we are going to share with you, that you can download. And recordings you have it.
Yeah.
Recordings you can't download,
Okay.
but you have a lifetime access of
Lifetime
recordings.
access, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
these are the things which you are able to see my screen. What
Yes.
we are going to provide you: live training, recordings and training PPTs,
Okay.
self-learning Linux commands, because basics we are learning. If you are interested to learn more about Linux,
Okay.
I'm going to share one link where you can learn all the Linux commands from A to Z.
Okay.
So these are things you will get in between of the training or on daily basis.
Okay.
But after at the end of the training, these things you will get: Azure DevOps dump, Azure DevOps document, sample resumes, interview question, self-learning YAML document, and DevOps skills.
Okay.
So these things you will get at the end of the day.
Sir, I have one of question.
Hmm.
Which certification you are giving for me, like as a globalization or as ISO certification?
The one which we are providing course completion certificate.
Course completion. it will be using for the in a job secure.
Yes, wherever you want to use, you can use it. And even if anyone wants to validate, they can email us, we'll validate. Because every certificate will have a unique code, whichever we are going to provide you.
Okay.
With that one, anyone can validate your certificate also with that code.
Okay, sir. Sir, one more question. If anything, some of the people you in this company joined and the training for after that training, the placement will be given to him, right?
We'll share job details in our Telegram group. You can check those job details and apply for the jobs.
And one more question. Whether the students will be joined and achieve the skills, can you show me the profiles on where?
Sorry, we can't share any of the personal details of the students.
Okay. If anything, job opportunity they are successful and something.
Sorry?
Uh, in this technical skills and they are successful for this logical labs and they are get a job in that.
We are not sharing any of our student personal details to anyone.
Okay.
So, sorry, those details you will not get.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Blaze, you can unmute.
Hi, Prof. I had a question.
Yes, Blaze.
So, is the admin dev, Azure admin, is it a prerequisite to do this DevOps Azure DevOps, or
No,
we can
it is not.
do that after?
It's not required because whatever is required of Azure admin part, that basics we are covering in DevOps training.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we can't say that it's prerequisite, but yes, if I talk about as per the certification level of Azure, it is prerequisite. So if you want to do some certification, so it is mandatory to do first associate certification, and then you can go to the expert one. But to learn it, it is not required because we have created our course content in that way, so the person can directly go with Azure DevOps also. Okay,
Okay,
Bliss?
thank you. Yep.
Thank you. Yes, Sushil. Sushil Nath, yes, you can ask your question. Sushil, I'm not able to hear you. Sushil, look like you have some issue with your mic. I'm requesting you to please drop your question in the chat box. Yes, Sajjan. Sachin Kumar, you can ask your question.
Am I audible, Ankit?
Yes, Sachin.
Okay. So, Ankit, thanks for giving me this opportunity. For this course, I'm looking, I'm already working in AWS and Linux. So, on few projects, they are having the Azure DevOps. So,
Okay.
my expectation is to implement this Azure DevOps in my project. So, would I able to implement, run the pipelines and because the scope is to provision the instance and configure the application using Azure DevOps through pipeline, Ansible, and Terraform.
May I know the which pipeline you are using it? Because in Azure DevOps, we have two types of pipeline.
Okay. I'm not aware like what are the different pipelines, but
The two types we have it. One is classical editor, other one is called as YAML.
yeah, I think we are using YAML.
That's widely used right now as per the market one. YAML one is widely used. It's very simple. Just you can just write your YAML code. Whatever needs to be done, everything is taken care by the YAML pipeline. Because in the classical editor, Sachin, what we need to do is we need to everything configure manually.
Okay.
But in YAML one, just writing a code based on that, Everything is done by using YAML code. You don't need to enable anything manually there.
All right. All right.
Okay.
And I can also write this Terraform code and provision the instance through pipeline,
Yes,
right?
you can. You can write a,
Right.
write a Terraform code, and that particular code you can put in your Azure pipeline. Whenever
Mhm.
system will execute that pipeline, system will create your resources.
Yeah.
Like this also you can do that. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, my
Yes.
wife has already completed this AWS associate course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you are already working here?
Yeah, I'm based in Australia. So working for SCL, working in the projects.
You are from Australia, Sachin, right now.
Yep, yep.
Okay, so
Correct.
time, okay. I was thinking the time will be 2 a.m. for you. It will be 12 noon, I think so for you right now.
Right. It's
Okay.
11:50. Yeah.
That would be okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm
is it a
looking.
perfect timing for you?
Right. So your
Okay.
last batch was our timing, but yeah, that's why I've joined
Oh,
this batch. Yeah.
that will be good, Sachin. Thank you, Sachin.
Thanks, Ankit.
Yes, Jani, you can unmute.
Good morning, Angit.
Good morning, Jani. How are you?
Good, Angit, and how are you?
I'm good. So you got a reply from my side?
Yes,
You
Angit.
don't
Like
need
how?
approval for that, those things. That yes are right, which you have taken approval from me.
Okay. And
Okay.
how about the close completed certification for admin, Azure admin?
It's already I think, generated in our website.
Okay. Let me
You
cross
can
check. Like
you
how
can
to?
you can do one thing, just open your course in our
Okay.
website. In that, if you in the last, you will
Okay.
see some option called certificate.
Okay.
Okay, you can check that. Definitely you will see the certificate there. If you are not
Okay.
able to see, email me. I'll check that for you.
Sure, Angit. Sure. Like how about in this Azure DevOps? Like you said, like we have like more Linux command over here. Any
No,
other?
same one. The same
Okay.
one which you have learned in Azure admin with me. The
Okay.
same one, it will be there because basics is required definitely to work on cloud platform. So
Okay.
everyone in this batch not are from my Azure admin batch. So definitely they are not aware of some of the basic Linux command. So again, we
Okay.
are going to go with those things. You are already
Okay.
aware of that, so it will be a recap for you, Jani.
Okay, and how about this YAML command? What it makes sense? Like the YAML and the Linux.
The YAML is a different language, and Linux a different thing.
Okay. So
YAML is
we
also very simple. That's why at the end of the training, I'm going to share a document with you guys. With the help of that, whichever is required, you can easily learn it.
so
YAML.
when it comes to DevOps, so we need to use both Linux and YAML, both, right?
Yes, basics of
Okay.
YAML is required. So
Okay.
some of the basics we learn it when we are going to go with the YAML one. What are the
Uh-huh.
syntax for that? So at the end of the training, I'll give a 30-page of document to you guys. With the help
Okay.
of that, I think 29 to 30-page of document. With the help of that, you can also learn YAML also. And YAML is very simple. It just takes maximum 2 to 3 hours. You can even learn complete YAML also.
Okay. Okay. Fine, Angit. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Ram, you can unmute.
हेलो
Yes, Ram.
हाँ सर एक्चुअली सर सर मेरा कोई आईटी का कोई एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है सर ठीक है
Okay.
मैं टोटली पूरा फ्रेशर हूँ तो मैंने सर अभी 2021 में बीटेक कंप्लीट किया उसके बाद कहीं जॉब नहीं कर रहा हूँ तो
So
सर
you
मैं
are a
जॉब ढूंढ
fresher.
रहा हाँ ये मैं और फ्रेशर तो सर मैं डायरेक्टली ये एज्योर डेवऑप्स और एज्योर एडमिन मैंने सीखूंगा तो इसके लिए की कोई जॉब के लिए कोई प्रॉब्लम हो सकते है
No, Ram, you can apply jobs as a fresher also.
यस
Even
सर
look, still companies are looking for a person who is fresher. It doesn't
हाँ
mean that in cloud platform, they're only looking for a person who is experienced. No, they are looking for a person who is fresher also.
अच्छा यस सर सो आप बोले कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगा सर इसको सीखने से सर
Definitely no. Okay. Any more question, Ram? Ram, your voice is cracking. I'm not able to hear you properly. Ram, look like you have some issue with your internet connection. Please drop your question in the chat box. I'll reply you there. Yes, Akshay.
Yeah, Ankit, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
I have 2 year experience in software testing and I want to move in the admin or DevOps profile. So is it good for me for the DevOps?
You have a testing experience. Is it a manual testing or which testing you have done?
The manual testing.
Okay, manual testing you have done it. Now you want to
Yeah.
switch your career to cloud platform.
Yeah.
Definitely, yes, you can do that. So whatever your previous experience you have, definitely that is relevant with the cloud platform also, because in this one also, we are making some application with the help of developers. So you are aware of testing. If you want to do even those testing, you can do there also.
Yeah, okay. So is it
In
good
cloud
for
platform also, we have testers.
okay. So start from the Azure admin or as DevOps is good for
Anyone you can start it. Like earlier I said that as per the certification, yes, it is prerequisite to go to Azure admin. But we have designed our course content of Azure DevOps. So whatever basics is required of Azure admin, we are covering in DevOps part also. So whichever you feel comfortable, you can start with both also. Today we are starting Azure DevOps batch, and from 8th of September at 8 p.m. IST, we are starting Azure admin batch also.
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
let me share that particular
Thanks.
WhatsApp group also in the chat box.
Okay.
I'm sharing a WhatsApp group link in the chat box of Azure admin batch, which is going to start from 8th of September. You can join that particular WhatsApp group also. So if you
Yeah,
have time, Akshay, then even you can learn parallelly both also. If you don't have time, then I'm requesting you to please don't go with parallelly both the one, go one by.
yeah, okay.
Okay? Because main thing is, Akshay, you need to do practice also.
Okay.
Okay? If you are not
Okay.
doing practice, there is no use of learning.
Okay.
Okay?
And I have one more question.
Yes.
Is a company small scale company and they're using GCP. So is it different pipeline for GCP and Azure?
Which one?
GCP.
GCP,
Yeah.
Google Cloud.
Yeah.
So definitely in Google Cloud might be they are using Jenkins, they are using some other third-party software also, or might be they have their own pipeline also, because I'm not aware of GCP, what people are using in GCP, because I'm working on Azure and AWS. Azure and AWS are number 1 and number 2 cloud platform. GCP is a number 3rd cloud platform,
Yeah.
which is
Okay.
having market percentage of less than 10%.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
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 So I'm not aware of GCP.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thanks.
Yamini, you can unmute.
Hi, Ankit. Very good morning.
Good morning,
I would
Yamini.
like- I would like to quickly check on the certification part, right? Because I have joined this class as your DevOps. So which certification will I be like qualified after this course?
If you want to apply for any certification after that, with the help of those terms which we are going to provide you, you can go with AZ 400 term. But to do AZ 400 term certification, it is coming under expert level.
Mhm.
So prerequisite is associate level certification.
Okay,
So to do
understood.
AZ 400 certification, it is mandatory to do any one of the certification, AZ 203 or AZ 104. So Azure admin, which I was talking about,
Uh-huh.
this one, this is AZ 104.
Okay, but
Azure Administrator Associate.
I did not participate in that class. So how will I be able to cover up?
So you need to learn both the things to go with both the certifications.
Okay. So without learning admin, I cannot write Azure DevOps. Is that
No,
what you're saying?
you can learn it, but you can't write the exam.
Okay, okay, got it.
Learn it. And may I know you are from which particular country?
Oh, I'm from India.
You are from India. And I
Yeah.
tell you one thing, as per Indian market, there's not much importance of certification.
Mhm.
Certification will only give you a call from the company that you are apply for the interview. The job you will get not because of your certification, job you will get because of your knowledge. This is as per Indian market. If I talk about Western countries, Australia, it can be England, it can be European countries, or it can be US, Canada. So these countries where the certification matters.
Mhm.
They are looking for a person who is have certification first. But in India, they are looking for a person who is having knowledge.
Understood.
Okay.
And also you have mentioned in the PPT, right? So you will be sharing us the dumps of the admin.
The admin one we are providing in admin training. In DevOps one, we are providing DevOps.
Okay,
dump.
got it.
So we are providing AZ400 for Azure DevOps. For Azure admin students, we are providing Azure admin dump also.
Okay, got it.
Okay. And whenever we are providing, that will be the latest dump we are going to provide. That's why I'm saying I'm going to provide at the end of the training. Because might be within 45 days, if we get a new version of the dump, means with some new updates. So at the end of the training, we can provide it.
Okay, so basically what I understand, I have to first write that exam and then I can I'm eligible to write the DevOps expert.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Thanks, okay.
Thank you. Anyone have any more questions? Please. Yes, Parag.
Ankit, regarding YAML, at the end of you told we'll provide some ML documentation and all. Is there any videos for that from your end?
No.
Is there
Videos, I
any?
don't have a self-learning document that I'm
Mhm.
going to provide. You can read that one. It can be very easily to learn that one also.
Okay. Did you have any suggestions to go through any video sessions on outside or YouTube or Udemy? Do you have any
I
references?
have one video of my friend. I'll share that one also at the end of it.
Okay, okay.
From my
Thank you.
friend, I have a video. I'll share that one. Okay.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
that, because we both have learned together. He has made a video. I know that I don't have that video actually right now. When my friend had that video, he has made that video for himself. So I'll share that video. I'll take
Sure.
it from him.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Ankit.
Thank you, Parag. Anyone have any more questions? Oh. Look like no one has any more questions. So now we'll start with discussion about introduction about DevOps. Is DevOps one single tool? No. DevOps is not one single tool. DevOps is a process. We can't call it DevOps is one single tool. DevOps is a complete process to build and deliver any of the application, or we can call it software or a website. To deliver that one, that particular process is getting used to learn about DevOps. Now, in DevOps, we have some benefits. The benefits is with the help of DevOps, we can easily provide new features to our customers. Whatever the new features we have, with the help of this, we can easily provide new features. We don't need to worry about the upgradations. Whatever the new upgradations we need to provide, we can easily do that. And what the reason why we are using DevOps on cloud platform is, whenever we are using DevOps on premises, we need to worry about the servers which we are using. After few times, definitely whenever the servers get old, it gets slow. The performance of server are getting very less. So here in cloud platforms, we don't need to worry about those servers also, because that server part is completely taken care by the whom? Cloud platforms. So we don't need to worry about that. Our pipelines or whatever we are going to use it, it will be slow. It will be completely running in a good speed. Reliability. DevOps team is backed by 24/7 support. Flexibility. Whatever the access we require, we can independently get that access and we can work on the services whichever we have in Azure. We can easily work on those services also. And platform for DevOps, you can use any platform. Linux, Mac, Windows, any of the platform. You can use any of the language also, C++, Java, PHP, Python, Ruby, .NET. And even with the help of Azure pipelines, you can build Android app also. Even we can build iOS apps also. Anyone knows what is Android Studio? With the help of Android Studio, with the word Android, you can easily guess it is related to Android. You can build Android applications. And even in Azure apps which we have, in Azure DevOps, we have Azure pipeline there. You want to link that particular with Android Studio, it can be linked that also. Even Azure is giving that particular option also to us. Azure DevOps earlier called as Visual Studio Online, but now it is called as Azure DevOps. In Azure DevOps, we have two options. We can use Azure DevOps on cloud also. We can use Azure DevOps on-premises also. The cloud version called as Azure DevOps Services. On-premises version is called as Azure DevOps Server. We are not going to discuss anything about Azure DevOps Server because it is for on-premises. And we need to learn about cloud option. So which one we are going to learn about? Azure DevOps Services. So what are the services which we are covering it? Now we will discuss it. It's the same thing which I have told you, that Azure DevOps Service, where we are going to completely work on the cloud platform, and Azure DevOps Server, we are going to install those services on premises. Everything will be there in locally in on premises. On premises means the servers which we have, the CPU, RAM, everything will be there in the office. So we have a complete servers. Let me show you one of the image of the server. Might be you didn't see that. I'll give us Azure server images. See here. This is actually not a very good image. Okay, let's start it. This will be much better. Here is it. This is actually servers are there. So in office also might be if your client is using on premises, this is how servers will be there. These are racks actually. Under racks, they have servers. It's like like Almira to us, the cupboard, but these are called in server language, it is called as racks. We can see here also. It is a rack. Under the racks, we have servers. So like this, if any of your client might be you see it, they have the servers on premises. But now very less clients have on premises. The main reason is costing. In on-premises server, they need to invest huge amount of money. They need to worry about the upgradations of the servers, and to maintain these servers, they need to hire a team which work 24/7. And they need to take internet connection also, which run 24/7. They need electricity backup also. So there are a lot of things whenever client is using on premises, but in cloud platform, they don't need to worry about that. In cloud platform, they to start their own application, they need to invest 0 rupees. They need to invest 0 rupees. But in on premises, they need to invest huge amount of money. That's the reason nowadays everyone is switching to cloud platforms. And here are the concepts which we have it in Azure DevOps service. Azure boards, Azure repos, Azure pipeline, test plan, and artifact. A DevOps person is working on these 3. Test plan is for artifact. So test plan is for testers. Artifact is for the developers. On Azure boards, everyone is working. Azure boards, everyone is working. Even testers are also working, and even developers are also working. DevOps person is also working. Even our managers are also. Everyone is working on Azure boards. In Azure repos, developers and DevOps person both are working. In pipeline, only DevOps person is going to work. So Azure pipeline, where only DevOps person is working. In Azure repos, DevOps and developer is working. In Azure boards, everyone is working. And in test plan, only testers are working. In artifact, only developers are. What is Azure boards? Azure board is, I can say it's like a dashboard for us, where we can create plannings, we can create our work items, we can generate reports, we can check how much work is pending it. If you want to track that whatever the work which we have created, when that particular work is going to complete, which code is assigned to that particular work, we can see all those things in our Azure boards. Whenever anything new needs to be built, that particular option first creating under Azure boards. Then we can assign that particular work to some other, any of the developer, or then after the testers, we need to assign that particular work. Once we assign that particular work to that particular person, then he can start working on that particular issue or whatever the new thing, whichever we want to build, he can build. So Azure board is a complete dashboard where we can track our work. We can generate report also that how much work is pending, and we can check all the things whichever is required as per our client requirement, that when this work is going to complete. So it's a complete dashboard. Anyone might be, if you have worked on a tool called Jira. Jira is one ticketing tool. So Azure board is also something like that, where we can track our work. Next is pipeline. Under this pipeline, we are going to do CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous delivery. So with the help of Azure pipeline, we are going to build our application and we can test our application also. And just few minutes before we have discussed it, that we have 2 types of pipeline. One is called YAML pipeline, other one is called classical. So we learn about both type of pipelines when we'll reach to the topic called Azure pipeline. Next is Azure repos. Azure repos is a version controlling system. Anyone knows any of the name of the version controlling system? Please confirm in the chat box. Anyone name? Anyone knows? Correct. Very widely used is Git. Git is a very widely used version controlling system we have. So same way we have Azure repos also. This is inbuilt in Azure. So we have Azure repos also where we can store our code. If I talk about other person, anyone working on premises or the person who work on any other cloud, they are using this github.com to store their websites, to store their codes. But in Azure, we have both the options. If your client want to use GitHub, they can go to GitHub also. Or if they want to use Azure repos to store their code, they can store their codes also. How it looks like, let me show you. Let me log into my account. Let me log into my account. And 547. Now, to work on these particular options, which I am informing you, Azure repos, pipeline, board, test plan, artifact, there's a prerequisite. The prerequisite is first we need to create our organization. How to create organization, we'll learn in upcoming session, because once you create this organization, after that you need to fill one form also. Why we need to fill that particular form? To get the free details, free quota. Because in this Azure DevOps, we are getting some free quota. So how we'll get that free quota? For that one, we need to fill one form. And once you fill that form, within 24 hours, they will provide that free quota. Now I'll go with my DevOps 180 organization. Okay, I don't have a project here. Just a minute. Let me go to other one. In this one, I have. Okay, I'll go to this particular one. See here. On left hand side. Here are those options. Boards, repos, pipeline, test plan. Here is Azure boards. Right now, I don't have anything in this. Here is the pipeline. See here. This is a code which we have stored there. Here we have pipeline. So what if we want to create a pipeline, we can create our pipeline. So within few minutes, we can create a pipeline also. Artifact. Now, what is artifact? We have discussed it on artifact. DevOps person is not going to use, but you need to know what is artifact. Now, let's take example. I want to install Google Chrome in my local machine. So what thing I need to download? I need to download Google Chrome code, or I need to download the Google Chrome exe file. Yes, please confirm in the chat box what thing we are going to download from Google. Are we going to download Google Chrome code, or are we going to download Google Chrome exe file? What you are going to download in your system to install Google Chrome? Correct. We are going to download exe file. We are not going to download the code. So what is this exe file? Exe file is one type of artifact. It is one type of artifact we have. So what is artifact actually? Artifact is going to combine our code in one type of file. So exe file is one type of artifact. That particular artifact is going to generate by the developers. There are a lot of type of extension of artifacts we have. I can say we have jar file also. var file also. These are different types of artifact this system is going to generate. That purely depend on the type of the code which you guys are using. Based on the type of the code, system is generating the artifact. For every different type of code, we have a different type of tools to build the artifact. For Java, we have Maven. For Java, we have Maven tool. For what we talk about Python, we have PyCharm. So for every different type of code, we have a different type of artifact. So to build our application, it is mandatory to generate artifact. Without artifact, even I can't show you some of the examples in our upcoming sessions. But at that time, we are not going to generate that artifact manually. System will automatically generate our artifact. So how artifact look like, we will see in our upcoming session when we are learning about pipeline. So how artifact needs to look like, that definitely we will see that. And then the last and the fifth option, we have it called test plan. Test plan is for the testers. So to test the application, testers are using a service called test plan. So this is completely used by the tester. It is not used by the any of the developer, not by the DevOps person. So we have a special option called test plans. And what are the things we are going to learn in this particular training is we are going to learn about few of the basic Linux commands. We are going to learn about Git. We are going to learn about Azure repos also, because client are using Git also, few client are using Azure repos also. So we can't guess it in future, whatever the client you are going for that, might be they are using any one of the tool. So you need to aware of both the two, because Git is also providing by Microsoft, Azure repos also providing by Microsoft. Features are same. In Git also we have a same feature. Azure repos also we have same features. So how to use it? We will learn both the options. Then we'll go with Azure pipeline. Azure boards also we are going to learn. Then we learn about Docker. And when we are learning about Docker, we are going to learn about one of the Azure service called Azure Container Registry. Then we have Kubernetes. When we are learning about Kubernetes, we are going to learn about a service called Azure Kubernetes Cluster Service. Then we have a tool called Ansible, Nagios, and Terraform. So these are the tools also which we are going to learn in this particular training. Duration of this particular course is 45 days. Each session is going to be near about 1 hour, Monday to Friday. Session timing is as per our scheduled time. Start time is always at 7 a.m. IST. Course fees is 1,500 INR. And if you're going to join this particular training, what are the things you will get from my side? Live training, recordings, training PPTs, and Linux commands. So these things you will get on daily basis, means Linux commands you will get once we complete our Linux command topic. Let me show you that. So once we complete this Linux command, at the end, you will get all Linux commands from my side also. At the end of the training, you will get these things. Azure dump, document, sample resumes, interview question, self-learning YAML document, and results. These things you will get at the end of the So this is about from my side. Now, anyone have any question, whatever we have discussed, you can please raise your hand. Yes, Parag.
So after completion of this training, are we able to crack the AZ 400 exam?
With the help of them, yes, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So is the dumps or
Are
latest?
100% reliable dump.
Okay. Okay.
That's why I'm not sharing at the starting of the training. I'm providing at the end of the training. So might be if you get any updated version
Yeah.
of that particular dump, so you will get the latest.
Okay.
Okay. That's the reason we are not going to share in
It
the
is really
starting.
helpful. Then it's a good action.
Definitely, yes. Any more questions, Parag?
Okay. Is that dump is enough to completely track that exam? Like
Yes. 100% you can rely on the dump to clear certification.
okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any more questions, Parag?
Yeah, nothing else. While completion of any certification or if I'm not if unable to complete that certification after completion of this training or to go through that dump, can you provide any suggestions or if any doubts or if anything
You can
assistance
have
is
any doubt, email me anytime.
okay.
Even it doesn't mean that once we complete the batch, you can't email me. You can email me anytime whenever you feel comfortable.
Okay, sure.
Okay. And even at the end of the training, I'm going to share one option also with you guys, where when you are trying to book your exam, you might be able to get a discount also from Azure side. There's an
Okay.
option we have it. We'll discuss that also at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Ram, you can.
हेलो सर
Yes, Ram.
सर जो डेली बेसिस क्लास होगा उसको उससे रिकॉर्डिंग की मिलेगा सर पर डे
Yes, we are going to share all recordings with you guys. Day 1, day 2, day 3 recording will share with all of you guys. We'll share in our WhatsApp group. From day 4, only paid candidates will get the recording. And from day 6, only paid candidates can join this particular batch.
ओके सर
Okay, Ram?
सर पेड क्या अभी करना पड़ेगा सर
You can do it on 5th day also, whenever you feel comfortable, Ram. Then you can complete your payment formalities. Okay?
ओके सर
Yes, Farindra.
Hi, Ankit. So yes, I want to know a brief idea about the roles and responsibilities as a Azure DevOps engineer.
The main thing is we need to work on the pipeline. And whatever the work which we are doing, we need to track our work for that. That is, our pipelines are working on whatever the application, whichever developers are creating, is it working or not? If we are getting that particular issues, we need to discuss with clients and resolve those issues. Okay.
So related to applications, right?
Definitely, everything is related to development part. But
Okay.
yes, we are not going to develop those applications. We are not writing the code to develop the application. But who is going to track the performance on all those things? A DevOps person is having the responsibility to see those things.
Okay. So is this the production phase of that application? Or
Sorry?
Is it the production phase of the application or the deployment phase of the application?
All three, because in real time, we have minimum 3 stages. One is development, one is QA, and third one is production. So we need to go with all 3.
Okay. So as a DevOps engineer, we have to work with all 3 engineers.
All 3.
Okay.
Yes. We work with testers also. We work with developers also.
Okay.
Okay. We work with everyone.
Okay.
So definitely the person who's working on DevOps, he needs to coordinate with each and every team. And whenever you're working in real time, even we'll start getting the information about what testers are doing, because whatever they are doing it, we need to get the information also from their side. What developers are doing it, we need to get some information from their side also, what they are trying to do. Okay.
Okay.
Any more questions, Surendra?
Thank you.
Yes, Saurabh.
Hey, hi, Ankit.
Hi, Saurabh.
So yeah, just wanted to know about this software called as Atlantis. I mean, because I've seen somewhere it is used as an integration between Azure DevOps and the Terraform modules. So is that something which will also be talked about during this course?
No, we are not going to use any third-party tool here.
Okay,
Atlantics, we are not using Terraform. Yes, we are going to learn in this one, but we are not going to use any tool called Atlantics here. We don't need to use Terraform. Might be have some,
okay,
your client is using it or you don't have the full information. To work on Terraform, we don't need any third-party tool. I can
okay,
directly use those commands by using from my local machine. By using PowerShell, I can use it. By using command prompt, I can use Terraform. Okay, or you can
okay.
install Visual Studio. With that also, you can work on Terraform. It's not required
Okay,
to go
yes,
with Visual Studio also. I can directly do anything by using command prompt also. I can do it by using PowerShell also. If your client you want to use any third party, it's up to their requirement, their wish. But it's not required for them to work on any of the third party tool to work on Terraform.
okay, okay, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any more questions, Saurabh?
Yeah, just one more question. So after this course, we would be like fit to get into SRE kind of roles, like site reliability engineering.
Yes, the pipelines you're talking about, huh?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
running
yeah.
pipelines. Yes, definitely, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, great.
You
Thank you.
can run the pipelines easily. You can understand the pipeline concept, whatever the pipeline we have, you can easily understand those things also, Saurabh.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Janu.
Yeah, Angit, I just want to know, like, so what is this like a major role of this Azure DevOps? Like, is that to maintain the day-to-day work on a project basis, or like to maintain all this?
The first thing is it depend on the job role which you are getting it now. The first
Okay.
thing is, let's example, you join a company, the company where they are developing the application. So it
Okay.
means you need to, at that time, you need to create a pipeline. But
Okay.
let's say example, second thing is we have joined a company where they already have all those things. So in that particular, you are not going to create anything new. The only thing is whatever the setups they have, you need to maintain that setup.
Okay.
So it depends on the client which get assigned to it. The one which is going to enter into Azure or the one which is already using it. If they're entering it, then in that particular, you need to create everything new. If they're already using it, you need to maintain those things.
So
Means
maintain
that
those
is
the
a
pipeline.
service. Yes, maintaining pipelines and other work, whichever they have it, you need to maintain those things.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Any more questions?
No. Thanks.
Okay. Anyone have any more questions? Look like okay, someone has more questions. Yes, Parag.
Ankit, is CI/CD also part of in this training?
Pipeline. Pipeline is called as CI/CD.
Pipeline. Okay, fine.
Pipeline is called as CI/CD. Okay. To do CI/CD, mandatory to create pipeline. Without pipeline, it's not possible to do CI/CD.
Okay.
Okay. So definitely it
Because,
is that's a main part of the job
yeah.
of DevOps person. Without CI/CD, there is no DevOps person.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's I can say like a first job profile, first role is CI/CD.
Okay.
After that, second or third roles are coming. The first role is always CI/CD, and that is pipeline. That's why when I'm explaining those 5 options, I said that on pipeline only DevOps person is working. In pipeline, testers are also not working, or not a developers. Only DevOps person is working on pipeline. Okay, Param?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Look like no one has any more questions. So with this, I'm going to end the session here. In tomorrow's session, we will learn about how we can create our Azure account, and then we learn about how we can create a virtual machine in our Azure account. So if you already have an Azure account, it's not mandatory to create a new Azure account. You can use the same Azure account. But yes, make sure your account is not older than 1 year. Your account, if you're older than 1 year, then I'm requesting you to create a new account. Otherwise, it is not required. So how to create Azure account, how to create virtual machine, that particular part we will discuss in tomorrow's session. Yes, Jan.
Angit, like I have this Azure account, like which we created for the admin course. So, but the
Yes.
subscription is over, like, right? It
We
will
have
be
you are
for.
in pay as you go right now.
So what can we do now? Like,
yeah, you can use the same one. You have a free quota there also.
where how to activate that? Because I was not able to use the tool for training purpose and everything.
So yeah, right now your subscription is deactivate. Just do one thing. Let's just
Okay.
just a minute. Go to navigate option. Under navigate, you have subscriptions.
Okay.
Go to subscription and check what is its status right now. In the right side showing us active to me.
No, it is not showing active actually.
What it is showing deactivate?
1 minute, I'll tell you what it is showing actually. Once again. Disabled.
Disabled. Okay.
Yeah.
I do one thing. I'll share one link. I have your email ID. Okay.
Okay.
I'll share one link with you. With the help of that link, you can learn how to upgrade your subscription also.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So upgrade your subscription. It will be go as pay as you go. And it doesn't mean that if you upgrade as pay as you go, they start charging. In that one also, we have discussed it in our admin training. You can use the free options. They will not charge you for those. So
Okay. Yeah.
okay. I have your email. I'll email you the bill.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Parag.
How much it will charge if I go pay as you go?
They're not going to charge you if you are going to use free service. In that pay as you go also, we have a free services that we have option. Will in tomorrow's session, I'll share one link with you guys where you can check which services coming under free tier. So you can use that particular option. They will not charge.
Mine also disabled. Kindly share with us. And what are the free services? How do we know once
We'll
we
discuss in tomorrow's session that particular.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay. And Param, email me the one which you're talking about. Your subscription is showing you disabled.
Yeah.
Email me. I'll share the link with you guys. So how to upgrade a subscription? Email me.
Sure.
Okay. I have already shared my email ID in the chat box. Let me share my email ID again in the chat box. Okay. So please email me if you want to upgrade a subscription. I will share the link.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you for joining today's session. See you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Thank you.